Congratulations! By clicking on this video, you've proven yourself elite among the masses because you want to drive a classic truck through the winter. In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know to get your beautiful truck, like my first-gen Dodge Ram, ready for duty during the winter months, including routine maintenance, addressing tires, fueling up, plus bonus tips throughout that others can easily miss. I'll have all parts and tools used in this video in the description below. Also, thank you to my channel sponsor, Haviland and Techron. Okay, well, if I'm gonna keep filming, I need to dig myself out. Yay! Cold start test, yeah! Ooh, almost. Yeah! Yeah! I like to think a big part of not dying while driving around is the ability to see. Going into winter is a great time to replace your wiper blades, especially if they're old and streaky. I'm gonna go ahead and be super cheap with you guys and install these Rain-X Weather Beater wiper blades. You can get these on Amazon or pretty much any auto parts store, but I personally don't think you need anything fancy, so let's swap these in. It should only take about a minute. Wow. Pretty wipery. Okay, you do not want to go into winter with dirty oil. My oil is old, so let's change it. I've been using Haviland motor oil in all my newer vehicles. For a classic here like my 87 Dodge with the 360 cubic inch V8, I'm gonna be using Haviland High Mileage. It's a synthetic blend designed to help classic or high mileage vehicles maintain performance and fuel economy. Old pushrod engines like my V8 love high zinc content to prevent wear, and while Haviland doesn't advertise this too prominently, it actually has excellent zinc levels. This oil has other awesome features, including additives that condition old seals and gaskets to help prevent leaks and oil consumption. Check the description for links to more info on this oil, including those charts showing zinc levels and other additives. Now, I'm moving a little quick for the oil change because we got a lot to cover in this video about getting your truck ready for winter. So if you want more detail, you can always check out the Haynes manual. I use this for every video I shoot about this truck. Tons of oil filter options out there, but I personally like these K&N ones because they have this nub up here so you can use a wrench to remove it. And I like things to be easy because I'm a little lazy. Next, pour a little bit of oil into the filter so it's not completely dry during the first startup. Also, lube the rubber gasket with oil. Twist the new filter on and then give it a quarter turn, pretty much going as tight as you can, but only with your hands. Trust me, do not over tighten these. They can be a big pain to get off. All right, we poured in 4.5 quarts and the stated capacity is 5. So we're gonna run the engine, check for leaks. If everything's cool, we'll get it back on the ground and all level, and then we'll top it off. I poured in the remainder of the 5 quarts, dipstick read full, so we're done. Change your oil every 5,000 miles or at least once a year. Oil taken care of, but also really important is your engine coolant, and I guess this time of year you'd call it antifreeze. Old antifreeze or coolant can freeze easier. Also, it can allow your engine to get hotter while under load. And it's very easy to test if your coolant is still in good shape with one of these really inexpensive testers that I'll link below. And we're also gonna top off our coolant. My coolant is not very old at all because earlier this year I installed this aluminum performance radiator. So if you do need to swap out your coolant entirely or you want to install a brand new radiator, you can check out that video. Bonus tip, will your battery leave you stranded? If it's gonna leave you stranded, this is the time of year that it will. So mine actually started to act up on me a little bit last year, so this one is less than a year old. It's a slightly fancier, more fancy pants battery than some because it has a higher cold cranking amps of 750 versus lower ones that are like 600. You can go and get your battery tested at pretty much any auto parts store for free, or you can pick up a cheap tool like this one and test it yourself. If your battery's in good shape, it's easy to keep it in good shape by cleaning the terminals. If they're clean, you can also spray them with some battery terminal protectant to avoid corrosion. Also, keep your battery charged up by driving your truck fairly often. If you're not going to drive it for a while, consider installing a trickle charger to keep it topped off. And if you're going to leave your truck alone for a little while, just disconnect the battery and it will stay nice and fine. The most important thing I'm going to talk to you about today in terms of not careening the most important thing to remember in terms of not careening off of a cliff this winter are tires. So if you live in an area with snow and ice, do not run all-season tires. They suck. They suck so much. Now, what I have here on my truck is not ideal, but it is adequate. So these are all-terrain tires from Kumho. They're Road Venture AT51s, kind of an affordable all-terrain tire. What makes them okay in the snow is this nice aggressive tread and siping, and you can see if a tire is mud and snow rated with this 3-peak with the snowflake in the middle. That means that you have a tire that is adequate for ice, snow, and so forth. But if you can, have a set of dedicated snow tires. Those just have a different compound. They're a little softer, they have better siping, and they will be better in the snow than these. A couple more things to keep in mind about tires are you want to check your tire pressure because these really cold temperatures can lower your tire pressure dramatically, so you want to check that fairly often. Also, nothing like the present to rotate your tires if you haven't done it in a long time because we already changed the oil, right? So rotate your tires too. Good to keep in mind. And then lastly, have you guys even looked at that spare? Is it even back there? Well, if it is still back there, check to make sure that has air in it too. It had some air in it. I mean, some. I'm really glad I checked that. Tires, of course, are the main factor in keeping traction, but that's not it. Hey, while you're at it, throw some sandbags into the bed of your truck to get some weight over that rear axle. And if things are looking super treacherous, kind of like they are right now, carry with you tire chains. These exact chains saved me and my truck during the great winter of 2017. I was attempting to cross Snoqualmie Pass, heading west during an apocalyptic snowstorm. With these tires and these chains. It almost went bad when I spun out and hit the concrete barrier, but that thankfully had a layer of snow and ice against it that prevented any serious damage. These chains saved me in the old Dodge that day. Thanks, tire chains. Carry chains, it's a good idea. You wouldn't probably think this, but another good way to keep traction is to keep your gas tank full because 25 gallons of gasoline weighs a whole bunch. Keeping your gas tank full also prevents all sorts of other issues, including condensation in your gas tank, which can lead to then your lines freezing or bursting. So I'm keeping my tank topped off and I'm adding Techron high mileage fuel system cleaner. It's awesome at keeping your system clean, having your fuel mileage be as good as possible, and a bunch of other stuff. But most important in my opinion is the fact that Techron high mileage actually stabilizes your fuel for up to 1 year. So unless you are running non-ethanol gasoline, which is pretty hard to find, I would suggest adding it. Bonus tip, give your truck shelter. Snow and ice accumulation is obviously not good for your truck, so if you can, park her in a warm and dry place. Can't do that? Yeah, me neither. My Dodge is actually too long for any of my garages. This carport is the best option that I have. Now, if you can't do a carport, I totally get it. The Dodge was parked outside in the elements for many years, but if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Just try to keep snow accumulation to a minimum and make sure that interior is staying nice and dry to prevent corrosion. Guys, let me know your tips, and if I've missed anything for getting an old truck ready for winter, subscribe and like this video if you want to see more of the old Dodge. So until next time, God bless, don't forget to do it yourself, and Merry Christmas. Speed up. I'm gonna get stuck. I don't even have a limited slip or anything. This is a one-wheel drive sometimes.